As an avid heat press user, you may have worked with heat transfer vinyl often, but maybe haven't had the chance to use heat transfer paper yet. While heat transfer paper can produce full color images on a single sheet, there are some other technicalities to keep in mind. What's the difference between light and dark heat transfer paper? Is there paper specifically for inkjet and laser printers? Or how about sublimation? I'm Jared with Heat Press Nation, and I'll be covering these questions and more about heat transfer paper that will give you a better idea of what's best for you. Heat transfer paper is intended for use on garments or other items with cotton, cotton blend fabrics, or synthetic fabrics like polyester, nylon, and lycra. Transfer paper can permanently transfer your images onto these materials thanks to the polymer film that bonds the ink and fabric together. It's available in the US letter size of 8.5 by 11 inches, as well as the tabloid size of 11 by 17 inches. As mentioned earlier, using heat transfer paper can bring full color graphics or images down to a single sheet, making the process of pressing them much easier and more efficient than before. While some papers can transfer with no visible background or white space, we recommend for most of them to either be cut by hand or through the contour cutting feature of a vinyl cutter, also known as print and cut. But back to our first question, what is the difference between light and dark heat transfer paper? Light heat transfer paper, like Nina Jet Pro Soft Stretch, is designed for pressing onto white or light colored fabrics. Dark transfer paper, like Parapi Inkjet Dark Pro, is for black or dark colored fabrics. Since most standard printers don't use white ink, light heat transfer paper uses the white or light color of the fabric as a substitute. Dark or opaque transfer paper, on the other hand, prints like normal paper, using the white of the paper itself. Single color laser transfer paper, like Forever Flex Soft, is compatible with both light and dark garments. Due to how light transfer paper is applied, images must always be mirrored before printing them. Dark transfer paper, on the other hand, doesn't need to be mirrored. Whether pressing light or dark garments, or using an inkjet or laser printer, you'll always want to be sure to have the proper transfer paper ready for your items. This brings us to our second question. Is there specific paper for inkjet and laser printers? Yes, there is in fact heat transfer paper specifically for inkjet, laser, and white toner printers. Inkjet transfer paper is best for any home or office inkjet printer. Our white toner transfer papers are compatible with any white toner printer. And in the same manner, laser transfer paper is meant to be used with either laser or LED printers. In addition, there are single color and full color options for laser heat transfer paper. All heat transfer paper can only be used with the specified printer type and are not cross-compatible, so you can't use laser paper on an inkjet printer and vice versa. Here are a few other tips. Oversaturating the ink may cause it to bleed on washing. You want to wait at least 24 hours before washing any freshly pressed garment. Don't dry clean garments made with heat transfer paper. And lastly, be sure to test press your transfer media to ensure your process is correct. Alright, so far we've covered what heat transfer papers are available for inkjet, laser, and white toner printers. But did you know that there are also sublimation papers specifically designed for sublimation printers? This is due to the unique dyes of sublimation. The printed ink turns into a gas dye when heated up. The pressure from your heat press then forces this dye into your substrate or blank item. Only the printed image is transferred onto your blank item. There's no film or background on the paper. As a result, this will only work on white or light colored garments and white poly-coated sublimation blanks. In browsing through our selection of sublimation papers, you'll find that there are two types: standard sublimation papers like Texprint DT, and sublimation vinyl like Caesar Easy Subli. Because you cannot sublimate directly onto dark colored and or cotton garments, you'll need to use a printable HTV product. Sublimation vinyl serves as a method of creating transfers for these garments with any sublimation printer. These products allow you to print directly onto the vinyl, cut and weed your graphic, and then heat press the printed and cut vinyl onto your garment. All in all, heat transfer paper is a great option for delivering fantastic full color results on your garments. Just find the paper compatible with your printer and garment and get creating. We offer sample packs for both inkjet and laser printers that are a great way to test some of the most popular heat transfer papers. Be sure to visit us at heatpressnation.com to purchase these sample packs and continue learning about heat transfer papers with tutorial videos, specifications, and more. Once again, I'm Jared with Heat Press Nation, and thanks for watching.